Hey, it's Derek from Ideal Body, and this video is all about simple and easy waist trimming tips that you can use to burn more fat quickly and easily. Let's get started. All right, so in this video, I'm gonna cover 4 very simple and easy waist trimming tips that you can use no matter how old you are, no matter what shape you're in, no matter how much weight you have to lose to burn more fat quickly and easily. So tip number 1 is what I call B.O.A.C. It's B.O.A.C. So that stands for black olives, avocado, and cheese. So the easiest way to trim your waist and burn more fat is controlling what you eat, your nutrition. It's not working out for hours every single day. It's not starving yourself. It's not counting calories. It's just mainly just changing the foods that you're already eating and eating more healthier foods. So the reason why you want to eat more black olives, avocados, and cheese is because they're all full of what's known as saturated fat. So saturated fat is actually one of the most healthiest things that you can eat because it, 1, helps your body burn more fat, and 2, it helps you feel full longer so you're not constantly snacking all throughout the day, eating every 2 hours, which is completely unnecessary. You don't need to do any of that. You want to start eating more healthy, high-fat foods that keep you full longer while you burn more fat. Now, the main reason why this works so well is whenever you eat anything, your body releases a hormone called insulin. So if you only remember one thing from this video, it's that insulin is a storage hormone. So what it does is it mainly stores fat. So the reason this works is you eat any type of food and your body releases insulin. If you eat higher carb foods, those get turned into sugar in your body and your body releases a lot more insulin to handle that food and shuttle it to your muscles, to your cells, to wherever your body needs it. The problem is when these foods get broken down into sugar in your body, they get stored in your liver. The problem with that is you only have so much space in your liver to store these sugary foods. So think of it like filling up your car with gas. You fill up your gas tank, you can only fill it up so high, right? If you keep on filling it, it's gonna spill over, it's gonna go all over the floor, all over the ground, your shoes, your pants, whatever. The same thing happens when you eat these higher carb foods. So your body releases all this insulin, your sugar stores fill up in your liver, and then the rest of it just spills over. It has nowhere to go, so it either ends up in your bloodstream or it gets stored in your cells as fat. And the problem with that is you have there's no limit to the fat storage on your body. So you can store as much fat. So you can keep piling on fat with nowhere to go because your liver is filled up with all the sugar stores. So when you eat these healthier, higher fat foods, you don't have a huge insulin release in your body. So that means that more of it's used for energy and you burn it off instead of storing it all as fat. So just when you're snacking, when you're eating meals, just start adding in some black olives, some avocado, some cheese, and you'll start burning more fat. And with cheese, that's kind of a controversial topic because everyone says, if you want to lose weight, you got to cut out dairy. Well, that's not necessarily true. First of all, it depends on your body. If you're lactose intolerant, obviously don't eat the cheese. That's going to be a lot more problems than benefits for that. But it's kind of like a 50-50 ratio with people who can eat dairy and lose weight and some that can't. So the main reason is because of the lactose, like in the cheese and in the dairy, is basically a form of sugar. The good thing is with the high-fat dairy foods is there's the protein and the fat in there as well. So that kind of releases or blunts the sugar spike so you don't end up storing most of it as fat. So what I would recommend is start eating it. If you notice that you can't lose weight and you've already cut out the sugars and the other unhealthy foods, then maybe you cut out the dairy at the end. But for most people, eating dairy and especially cheese will actually help you burn more fat and not store it as fat on your body. Tip number 2 is treat yourself outside of the house. So I'm not one of those people that says you gotta give up ice cream forever. You gotta give up sweets forever. You can never have a piece of cake when you go to a birthday party. That's completely unrealistic. I'm not gonna live the rest of my life avoiding all those foods forever. But the key is eating those foods outside of the house, because what happens is me and my wife got into this problem, ever since we started dating, 5 or 6 years ago, is we go out, we want to treat ourselves, so we buy like a carton of ice cream or, a pint of ice cream or a gallon or whatever, and we'd eat some, but then there'd be 3/4 of it left. Well, what happens? Well, we don't want it to go to waste. We tell ourselves that we're just getting rid of it to get it out of the house, and then that one bowl of ice cream turns into 10 bowls over the course of the week. Instead, go out, go somewhere nice, go to an ice cream shop, go to a nice restaurant and order dessert. Whatever you want to do is just eat those foods outside of the house, so then it's just one meal, one serving, you eat it, you're done, and then when you go back home, you don't have that temptation, because when that temptation is there staring at you in the face every single day, no amount of willpower or self-discipline is going to help you overcome that unless you're just the most disciplined man or woman in the world. Those temptations are eventually going to get to you. So eat it outside of the house. Very simple, very easy, but don't give up. You don't have to give it up forever. It's just don't have it around you so you're not tempted to eat it. All right, tip number 3 is doing a short fast every single day. Now, fasting, again, is a little bit of a controversial topic because some people think, oh, you're starving yourself. Oh, you're depriving yourself of food. Why would you do that when there's all this food around you? Well, that's not really what fasting is. Fasting is simply just taking a break from eating. So the problem with, people eating breakfast, lunch, dinner, 3 snacks in between, you're eating every 2 to 3 hours, which you were told was the way to do it, even up to a couple years ago. They said you got to snack, you got to constantly eating to keep your metabolism up. Well, that's completely not true. What happens is when you eat all the time, I was talking about insulin earlier, your body's just constantly releasing insulin, your body's constantly digesting food, which puts a lot of pressure, takes a lot of toll on your body to constantly be going through all this food. When you have a stomach full of food all the time, you're never gonna get to the stored fat around your stomach, your love handles, your thighs, your butt, wherever it is that you store the fat, you're never gonna get to it if you're constantly putting food in your mouth, no matter how healthy that it is. So I recommend starting very, very easily. You don't have to fast for a day or a week or even like 20 hours. Just start simple and do a 12-hour fast. So how easy is that? It's as easy as finishing dinner by 7 o'clock at night and not eating breakfast until 7 o'clock in the morning. So you're not awake for the 12 hours, you're sleeping for 7, 8, 9 of those hours. So it's really simple. And you just kind of cut the time that you eat dinner to go to bed. You're not eating right up until bedtime. And then whenever you wake up, you just wait till 7 o'clock or whatever time you choose to pick is. But just start with something very simple, a 12-hour fast that lets your body process all the food you've eaten. It burns through everything. So it burns through all the sugar. And if you're eating carbs, it burns through all the carbs. And then it finally gets to the stored fat around your body and starts using that for energy. And that's how you start burning fat quickly. That's how your waistline starts shrinking very, very fast when you stop eating all the time and you give your natural fat burning hormones a chance to actually do their job. Instead of processing food, they're actually burning the fat around your body for energy. So again, start with something very simple, 12 hours, finish eating dinner at 7 or 8 at night, and then don't eat breakfast till 7 or 8 the next morning. It's as simple as that. Once you got that down, and maybe you want to do that 2 or 3 times a week just to get started, and then the more often you do it, you can always push that window back and push it back even farther. Nowadays, I usually fast for about, 14 hours. It's nothing crazy. I don't do like the week-long fast or anything like that. It's just very simple every single day. You just push the window back, and when you're eating more healthy, high-fat foods, you're not as hungry all the time. You don't have those sugar cravings. You don't have your stomach grumbling all the time because it's eating the higher fat foods that keep you full for longer. All right, and this is the last tip I got. Tip number 4, the most important in my opinion on how to easily trim your waist, and that is finding out a big enough reason why. So this isn't a strategy, this isn't a food trick or a workout trick or anything like that. This is something that's gonna actually propel you to get the results that you want. So a lot of people think that, I wanna lose weight, I wanna lose 5 pounds, I wanna lose 10 pounds, but they don't really have a reason why. So when things get tough, when they're not eating the ice cream every night, when they have to go to the gym 4 times a week and they're miserable because they're doing workouts they don't enjoy, they end up giving up within, a week, 2 weeks, maybe they make it a month. But if you have a reason why you're doing this in the back of your mind, that's gonna help you push through all the struggles that you go through when you're trying to lose weight. So it's really just how you associate things. So people like parties, right? They associate parties with a good time. You're hanging out with your friends, you're eating, you're drinking, whatever you're doing. People associate parties with having a good time. A lot of people associate losing weight with struggle, being miserable, giving up, sacrifice, like time consuming, because everyone's saying you have to go to the gym for an hour and then you gotta take 3 hours out of the weekend to prep all your food. But if you start associating with the benefits that you really want deep down, it's gonna be a lot more enjoyable for you. So for me, my biggest reasons why are my 2 kids. I have a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old at home. I want them to grow up eating healthy foods. I don't want them to grow up addicted to sugar and addicted to potato chips and all these foods that can really have your life go down a very bad spiral when you're addicted to all these foods. I want to set a good example for them. I want to be healthy. I want to be around here long enough to see them grow up, to see them have kids. So that's my reason why. So in the back of my head, I don't see not eating pasta for dinner as a sacrifice. I see, I'm going to eat these healthier foods that I actually enjoy because there's plenty of ways you can make them taste good, because I know what I'm associating that healthy eating with. So when you start getting out of this sucks, I gotta wake up at 6 and go to the gym before I go to work and all that kind of stuff, just break it down into simple, easy things you can do, like what I've been sharing with you in this video, and then associate it with why you wanna do it. Do you wanna lose 50 pounds so you can get off your blood pressure medication or your type 2 diabetes medication? Do you wanna be around to play with your grandkids in the backyard? Do you wanna be able to walk around the grocery store and carry your groceries in without struggling, or just being able to walk up the stairs without pain in your legs or in your knees or anything like that? Whatever it is, it can be as small as you want it to be or as big as you want it to be, but just get in this reason why, associate losing weight with the reason why you want to do it, and then you'll actually find it more enjoyable and you'll stick with it long term, because you want this to be a lifetime change, not just I'm going to go on this diet for the next 2 weeks, see how much weight I can lose, and then go back to the unhealthy eating that I was doing before. So these were the 4 easy, very simple waist trimming tips. My recommendation is just try one. Just take one that I talked about today, the easiest one that you can start implementing. Start putting it in, start doing it over and over again until it becomes a habit, and then start adding another one. Start small, and then if you do that over time, it's gonna lead to some very huge and big results. So if you enjoyed this video and really found it helpful, I have a free gift for you for taking the time to watch this video. So just click the link below. You'll get my free gift on how to triple your fat burning overnight without exercise. So I wanna give this to you 100% free, just my way of saying thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and hopefully you found some useful and helpful tips from it. And if you like this video, go ahead and click the like button below. Feel free to comment below. Let me know anything you want me to cover in future videos, because I'm shooting new videos all the time and I want to shoot stuff that's helpful for you. And go ahead and subscribe below, because I'm, again, shooting new videos every single week so you can lose more weight and burn more fat quickly and easily no matter how old you are.